Okay, so now let's run stepwise uh, with caret, right? So I'm going to copy paste those that snippet of the code and make the necessary changes. Once again, we start with set seed because of this cross validation method of sampling. For us to reproduce the same results, we have to start with the same seed. Okay, this is okay. Now the method we have to use is leap seq. Okay. Now I'm going to remove that. Okay. And here we will call it step CR for caret. Okay. And then you will use step CR. Okay. All right. So let's run the code. So run the results. So there it is, and we can go into car.cv step CR. So the metric is back to RMSE, and the best tune is again 4. Okay, so now we generate the accuracy measures. Now that's going to be exactly like before. The only thing we have to do is to change change some of the names. So here we call it step CR and step CR. Okay, so predict the model name, which is car CV step CR. Okay, and same here, step CR. So let's run these two lines of code, make sure that the predicted data is available to us. Okay, so there is a mistake. So here I have a C instead of S. Okay, so now run the code. Okay, so now we have the predicted data, and here we have to change this to step CR and step CR. So we call that's the fifth one. Okay, and let's call this step CR and step CR, and that's going to be for the fifth one and the fifth one. Okay, so now we'll run that. Okay, so there you go. Now we have 5 sets of results, so let's put them all together and we can look at it all at the same time. So we'll call this ACC all.df. Okay, so that will be a data frame, okay, consisting of ACC1 df, ACC2 df, ACC3 df, ACC4 df, and ACC5 df. Okay, and then we will print ACC all df with 4 decimal places. All right, so there you go. And if you look at RMSE, okay, so you see this is the regular model with we included all the variables. We just ran one regression. So here is the stepwise regression using the LM. There was no cross validation. Okay, again, we should really look at the validate. So 1392, it's about the same, slightly less. So not very much different. Okay. And then, so this one is a little bit better. So when you did a cross validation, the RMSE came down quite a bit. Okay. And the backward elimination, which has actually gone up. So backward elimination is not doing very much for us. Now for stepwise, okay, again, stepwise is not doing quite well. So actually, stepwise with the regular base R code, this is with cross validation in Caret. So this was just regular stepwise. This is stepwise with cross validation. As you can see, this is better. The okay, so, validate 1392 versus 1386. Caret with cross validation, we are doing a little bit better. But the best result is just without stepwise, just simply cross validation. So, but the difference is not that significant. So this one is only 4 variables, whereas here I don't know how many variables there were. There were 11 variables, I guess, which is not so. CV, right? Car.cv. So car.cv final model, we have all of the variables. So it's much bigger model, which is not a good thing. You want unless there is a significant improvement in performance measures, you want the model to be as small as possible. Okay. And we only touched upon the features that are available in Caret and this control. So there are so many other ways in which to sample. It's not just only CV. There is a bunch of other methods available, and similarly you can set up metrics. So we had MAE or RSME, but we can write code custom, figure out some esoteric performance measure that you want to look at, and you can write code and incorporate that in here and use not just these two that are available to us, RMSE by default or MAE, but you can write your own code for a custom metric.